Our next stop of the day finds us at Lake Isabella. And I'll talk about Lake Isabella and such when I overdub. The cell service is not tremendous up here. But you see the dam, and they've been working on the dam. The feds have. At one time, this dam was one of the most likely dams to fail, especially in an earthquake, because we are in a seismically active area, which pretty much almost all of the state is. So it looks like they've been doing some work. This is beautiful country up here. I've stopped and filmed and taken pictures here a bunch of times. So we're going to do it again. There's dry camping up here. A lot of Bureau of Reclamation and Forest Service stuff up here. I'd like to come up here one day. You never know. But we are up here. We're at Lake Isabella. It's a beautiful day. We're going to contemplate a little something to eat in town. And you'll see some road footage when I talk about the dam, and maybe or not, and we'll see what's next. Well, we are at the Dam Corner Cafe, home of Dickweed's Brew and Grub in Old Isabella. There used to be a town up here, Isabella, and now it's Lake Isabella since the lake, the dam and the lake. Lake Isabella Boulevard is the old highway. It eventually runs east all the way to California 14. Used to be US 6. You saw some of that on the last trip where that ended up at, I think, Freeman Junction. We're eating here because if the fire department's eating here, as my brother said, it's probably pretty good. So here's our 360 of the Dam Corner Cafe, and we are going to go in and sample the goods. My brother ordered the bacon cheese burger, and he eats mayo with his fries, and I just asked him, and he said he didn't do that until he went to Germany in the service in the 80s. And he tried it, and he said, oh my God, I'm sold. I am having a patty melt with no onions and bacon. Oh my, you know bacon makes everything better. Fries, a side of coleslaw, and the coleslaw is good, so we're going to certainly enjoy our food, and we will see what's next. Chrissy was our server. We got excellent service. The food was good, and I need to run a little film here in town, and you're going to see mostly some handheld footage here, and we'll see what's next. Now we're on California 178 heading back to Bakersfield, just on the opposite side of Lake Isabella, maybe a mile or 3. But there's a reason we're stopping here. My wife and I rode up this way in 1991 in May when we got married the first time. And you see it right here. I'm gonna pan here. There's my brother. Loves driving the truck. Now it's cold, so I'm gonna get back in the truck and film myself. But this right here is important, and I'll tell you why. Okay, let's drive. My wife and I were riding up here in May of 1991, and I had gotten a home delivery in 1990. So I was able to bid vacation in 1991 in proper seniority order. So the latest I can get in the spring was the first week in May. So we get on the Gold Wing, and we're gonna ride to Vegas and Death Valley and all this stuff. And anyway, we're riding up here. It was Sunday we stayed in Bakersfield. Monday we got up and we ate at Milt's, which is now gone. I ate at Milt's on the Sammy Hagar ride. You probably saw that. And, or you may have. If you didn't, you should have. And so, you know, it's Monday morning. It's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock maybe by now. And, you know, I'm not riding slow up here, 70 miles an hour, maybe 75. Well, I've talked about the sixth sense. of where Johnny Law is. And I get right about where we are now, and I just had the feeling, you know, he's up there and he's waiting for me. And so I slow down to the speed limit. Right now it says it's 60, so it was probably a 55 at the time. And I'm riding the speed limit, and I look to the right where that where the road is, and I see him kind of hidden. And I turned. It was just like when we were riding down Conway Summit. I turned my head and looked at him, and he looked at me, and I passed the road, the intersection, and I look in the mirror, and I see him getting on the highway, and he's following me. Now I'm thinking, okay, I don't think CHP had radar quite yet by then, but I'm thinking, you know, he doesn't have me for shit. So he sends this message by following me all the way into town, the couple miles. And Maria and I pulled off at the park, which I'm going to pip in here, where the tanks are. And then we went to the bathroom and such, and he went ahead and drove on by, and that was that. So the story out here is somebody wanted to pop me for speeding, and he wasn't able to. So, you know, sometimes I'm able to catch them, and sometimes they catch me. So, and you've also seen the clip of me in Missouri taking my comeuppance. So, anyway, that's why we're telling this. We're going down 178 down the Kern River, and there's not a whole lot left into the day, but we'll certainly see what's next. Speaking of Satan, here he is. You see this better in person, but the guardrail here has had endless repairs. It's a pretty sharp turn that comes on you pretty quick if you're not paying attention. We're going to see Fish and Game up here on the right, checking the fishermen out, licensing, and checking the amount of the catch. Our next stop of the day is we're heading back into Bakersfield. I'm pretty much done for the day. I want to point out the sign here that 325 people have drowned in the Kern River right here in the canyon since 1968. Probably 6 or 7 a year. This is no joke. This is also the Kern County Deputy Sheriff Joe Hundle Jr. Memorial Highway. The Kern County pulls people out of here every year. The current is extremely deceptive, and yeah, big bush here, dude. And it's extraordinarily dangerous. It's hot out here in the summer, and people think, yeah, I could just jump in for a minute, and it's kind of like Sandy Beach in a way. Oh, I'll just jump in for a second, and you get pulled out dead. So this is a beautiful drive. We'll see what I clipped in. We're almost done for the day. Charlie probably isn't, but I sure am. So we'll probably have a closing shot somewhere along the line here. Maybe a little bit more road footage. We'll see. You never know. So we'll see what's next. Well, our almost closing shot, it's Monday the 20th of November of 2023. My brother and I are parting ways. Of course, I'm going to clip in the "he ain't heavy, he's my brother" clip right here. You know, I love my brother. He's a good man. He puts up with an awful lot of my goddamn nonsense and loves me anyway. And that's a rare quality these days. He's good people. Sissy is good people. His children are good people. He's going eventually to San Diego for the turkey weekend. He's actually going back to Arizona on Saturday because he's smart and not going to fight the Sunday traffic. And then he's going to go dirt riding on Sunday. Now I'm going to go to breakfast here in a minute, and I'll film more of a closing shot and talk a little bit, a bit more. So, brother, I love you. Thank you for meeting me. It was a great idea. Thank you for driving yesterday. Glad you liked the truck.
Nice. Locomotive.
We'll talk more about spring. I'm going to send the email and stuff, and we'll have some interaction. So
good.
Our next shot's at Denny's. So here's my brother going to drive away.
All right, see ya. Thank you.
Here's the Holly's clip. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. God love him. He's a good man. And we'll see what's next. Well, I'm into Denny's here in North Bakersfield, where the hotel is. We stayed at the, I think at the Fairfield Inn. Their breakfast is more, I realized a long time ago in life, I need protein in the morning for breakfast, and the breakfast yesterday, I ate a little bit. I didn't feel as well. I feel better this morning, so I really want a more full breakfast, sit down on coffee and everything, and so my brother went and ate, and we got our shit straight, and you saw him leave, and here I am in Denny's. I ordered it, and I'm waiting for my food. Him and I and Rich had talked about meeting up in the spring for a ride, and I'm going to withdraw from that. I told Charlie this yesterday, and I also talked, and I'm going to say this in the email too, so Rich, if you watch this, you should have already gotten the email. If they decide to get together either in Phoenix or in Vegas, and they're going to leave me in the loop, and then I may just drive down there and meet them to eat, and they'll go ride, and I'll do whatever I do in the day. It won't be for very long. Yesterday, when we got to the restaurant, I was already having a hard time holding my head up, and I was out of steam. So until I could ride 2 days in a row and ride most of the day, I don't need to be meeting anyone to ride. So we're going to talk about that. Now, my health. When I was at Sandy Beach, I drove into Stockton and had a bunch of blood work, EKG, chest x-ray. There's a little bit of blood issue that we're addressing through diet and medication. We're going to do some follow-up. Oh, hold on. Here comes my food. Well, my server Amy brought me my food, except for the pancakes, which are on the way. Scrambled eggs with cheese, hash browns, bacon, sausage, ham, English muffin. It's the lumberjack breakfast. It should be pretty good. I'm going to eat while it's hot, and then I'll come back with the rest of the nonsense. I'm going in on the 30th for a full torso CAT scan, chest and abdomen. My doctor wants to make sure I don't have cancer. There's not really cancer markers in the blood work, but she's pretty thorough, and she wants to rule cancer out. Excuse me. She believes me that I'm sick. Not every doctor does. I present well in an in-office visit. I don't look sick. Well, I look sick when I look like shit, but, Charlie has seen me, my wife has certainly seen me, and my cousin Paul has certainly seen me. Like, Paul was out at Flag City once, and it was December, and I'm sweating through my clothes. So, if you guys, are looking and think, gee, dude, you don't look sick, trust me. I've never been this sick. So, I'm going to go ahead and make a closing shot here. This is your host, Joe. Thank you for watching Life with Yosef. Thank you for all you new subscribers who watch my nonsense. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one.